So the first thing that we're going to do to get started is we're actually going to get Struts2. And here is a link where you can find Struts2. I'm going to go through the download steps in a minute here, but I do want to give you this link. And I do want to talk about one thing in particular before we move on forward here, and that is, what about Maven? As you're seeing me manually download these jars for Struts, you may start to think to yourself, well, what is going on? Why isn't John using Maven? Maven is what Java developers use today to get their dependencies. And I agree with you. That is typically the case. There's a couple of other options out there, so I don't want to say that Maven is the only way. But we're going to keep things as simple as possible. And I find that even though I love Maven, Maven is fairly complex. And I just don't want to introduce this concept and make things a little bit more confusing than they have to be. So we're just going to be grabbing the jars and we'll be putting them into our lib folder where we can reference them in our project. But you're welcome to use Maven and to go through the Maven setup steps if you'd like to. And of course, Struts2 is available through Maven. And if you don't know what Maven is, that's okay. The basic idea of Maven is it just manages your dependencies for you and basically can get them from where they're released on the internet by you specifying some kind of configuration that says what dependencies that you want in your project.